Here's some afterthoughts in the form of a summary while you watch us ride. I've ridden the Pow wrench twice now. Once on the 158 at night in some pretty great Pacific Northwest powder, then on the 152 in some pretty good groomers at Mammoth. And that's about all you want to ride this in. The 152 was a better fit for my specs, but something in between those two sizes would have been ideal. This is a Pow board first, everything else is a distant second. That being said, we had a lot of fun playing around on groomers with this. This has easy float, worthy of being called a powder board. But I am wondering how it's going to compare to the 156 Burton 3D Fish I have and I'm testing this winter. On paper, I like the 3D Fish's size for my specs, the extra taper in the tail, and the overall look of it, but we'll have to see how it plays out in the winter. I will say that the Pow wrench is $100 cheaper, and it could be a really good addition to your quiver if it fits your specs and calls to you. All right, so back to the snow. As far as sizing goes, this sized up pretty well for me. That 60 or whatever it was way too much board for me. This one is turnable, it's easy. It's kind of what I hoped it would be.
Still feeling thick.
Yeah, and
for me, a little bit, a little thick.
A little short and thick.
Yeah.
What's a 52, but it felt like it had girth to match.
Felt like it was a lot more board than a 52.
Yeah, yeah, I'll concur.
Yeah.
Yeah, and camber profile.
Yeah, even Drago from the Rocky movie.
Flat to rocker.
I wouldn't have known. This turned pretty well for directional flat top. Very stable, very easy to skid a turn. Kind of fun playing around with. It tracks well. What really surprised me is how well this did on groomers. It floated really well in powder when I was on it, but groomers is really fun too. It's got a good, consistent personality. In terms of flex, I felt it was really buttery and easy to turn, but it's got that, it's got that medium stiff flex between the feet, but then it just got a little extra give in the nose and tail that I had no problem buttering on, and doing some, some little tripods, little nose pressies and such. You know, pop, I felt this was popping almost like a mellow directional camber board would. I thought it had good, easily accessible pop. It's fun to ollie.
For being a flat top, it had more pop than a crop top.
Drinking soda pop.
Doing a little hibbity hop.
Oh, even better. Now, from there, speed, base glide. I thought this had a pretty glidey base, especially for being dry and unwaxed.
And in sticky
Burton
snow.
can make some pretty nice bases. It's nice and clear, easily repairable. I felt like it didn't chatter too much when I picked up moderate speeds, but I'm not a speedy Petey here, and I'll let you talk about that.
It held very well, actually, in moderate speed, and I had not very much chatter at all. It definitely had some dampness to it, and did not, I was even hit a little bit of this like chundery kind of hard icy stuff right here at the very end, and I felt my edge hold kind of wash out a little bit. I did not feel the board chatter up into me, which was good. Also paired with, some real nice damp bindings and boots definitely helps a lot as well.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. And then edge hold, it's Burton edge hold. It's just typical Burton edge hold. It's really fun in good snow, but as the snow starts to get firmer, then get to hard and icy, I just don't like being on it. Even playing with the edges, it's just, you really have to work on it, and really have to make it happen. It doesn't have that giddy up. And then as far as turn initiation and carving goes, I thought it was better that I wouldn't have ever guessed it was flat top by the way it turned.
Yep, absolutely. Here's what I was thinking exactly when I was riding. I was like, man, for such a powder specific board, this thing does have say like a lot of other more powder specific boards, I'll be riding them on the groomer and I'll be like, man, this is really dull edge to edge. This really isn't like carving very well, doesn't have great turn initiation. Now, while this doesn't have like excellent, like super exciting turn initiation and carving, for me, it still was much better than I expected coming out of a very Pow specific shape. which I really, honestly, was surprised by. So it did a lot better than I thought it was going to.
Yeah. I was riding this in powder on the 160 and about like yay high pow, and it had some pretty easy float to it, and I had it, I think, set it on reference stance too. Set all the way back, this would be some good times. I think it's a very good board in powder, and this could easily be a dedicated powder board, but don't neglect the groomer days, as you can see from our review here.
Yeah, I had a good time. Maybe not the best groomer board, but better than a lot of Pow-specific shapes for sure.
Plus, take it home, boys.
If you somehow have, you know, like a 18 centimeter bolt that you really need to screw in place.
Strip the thread. Don't strip the thread.
Oh, I'm stripping it. I'm stripping.
Ah! Hey, do you think that'd fix my hip?
Nothing will fix your hip.
And welcome to the Good Ride. We're Pito and Jimbo.
We've just been turning his screws.
No,
Yo,
my nickname is not Pito.
Pito.
My nickname is not.
Speedy Petey.
Peter, Petey Pablo.
Speedy Petey. And
Speedo Peter.
Speedo Pito.
Speedo Peter.
Speedo Pito.
Peter.
No!
All our reviews are done without any brand oversight. It's a best effort, objective opinion from an average rider's perspective. If you need advice, check the in-depth review on the site first, then fill out the Me Harmony profile in the Contact Us section so I can help you properly. If you want to support us, like and subscribe to the channel, and if what we reviewed appeals to you, it helps us if you buy through our links. So, thanks for watching.